Kylie Jenner
also a problem. Also a problem. They're all problems.
Nope.
Hello， 大家好，我係 Heidi。英國咧其實係一個多文化、多種族、多元化嘅國家嚟嘅。咁今日咧，我哋就想探討下香港人咧比較少探討嘅就係黑人文化啦。好多香港人咧呢期咧都好中意整Dreadlocks頭啊、裝辮啊、又 rap 啊咁樣。所以我想睇下究竟啲黑人咧會唔會覺得係唔係咁好嘅咧？會唔會覺得冒犯咗佢哋嘅咧？我哋是但捉啲黑人嚟問下。Can you tell me what's your nationality?
I'm Jamaican.
I'm Zimbabwean.
I'm Nigerian.
My mom's from Jamaica, my dad's from Barbados.
We're Bermudian.
Bermudian.
Yeah.
Bermudian. From Bermuda. You know, heard of the Bermuda Triangle?
Oh.
That's where we're from.
Small island.
Can you name a few other subgroup under the Black Athletic Group?
Under the black what?
Under the Black Athletic Group.
Sorry, what? Wait, what's the question? Like other countries?
Yeah.
Other countries. There's Ghana, Senegal.
Jamaican, you've got Trinidad and Tobago.
Barbados, got Jamaica, you have Bahamas, St. Kitts.
Yeah, Cuba, Dominican Republic, Haiti. Basically all the islands in the Caribbean.
So African Americans, and then I suppose you have your British black people, then you have your British black Caribbean people, Africans in general as well, so it just kind of really depends, but there are quite a good few groups of black people, all with different cultures as well.
How can you tell the difference of different groups?
Some people can, but I can't really tell. But some people can. There's some differences. Yeah, but I can't. I don't have that gift.
Probably by speech, food, mainly. Accent, a bit of culture as well. A lot of cultural things that we do, probably like the way I dress as well. But obviously you see a lot of Africans wear traditional clothing and whatnot. Some similarities, but a lot of it, some of it is different as well.
The accent is different, yeah.
Lots of people do have different accents. You'll find that the people from Turks and Caicos will sound different from the people from Jamaica as well, and they'll be able to tell. Also in Zimbabwe, we've got different dialects of our national language. So everyone from their different dialects will also sound different to the next person. So everybody really generally does sound very different. It's a very diverse culture.
Our accent is different from everybody else. Meaning we're underneath the British colony, but we speak broken English. That's what they will call like a broken English.
What is broken
Like to some people we
Slang.
sound, to some people we sound American, others we sound British. It's like a mixture of all of them into one.
Yeah.
How about hairstyle or facial features?
Hair's pretty much the same really. Facial features are pretty similar as well, to be fair.
A lot of the times it's a bit hard. I feel like I can tell the difference between like British black people and African black people just by the way that they dress, but facially wise it's a bit challenging.
If you're educated, you can, yeah. But obviously you know what features to look for. Just like obviously Korean, Japanese, Chinese have different features. Obviously black people have different features as well.
But what I do know is that I can spot someone who's Zimbabwean, but other countries is a little bit harder for me. Yeah, but a Zimbabwean person, I just feel like a connection, you know.
聽你嘅口音好似係湖南嚟㗎喎。係啊，咁大家同鄉啦。湖南邊處啊？洞庭湖草頭鄉。係啊，真係他鄉遇故知啦。
So I'm gonna ask you about the most cheesy question, the N word. So is that an offensive word too?
Of course, yeah.
Never, it's not appropriate.
So is that true that the black people can call themselves the N word?
Whether you accept or like to be called it, to be honest. Sometimes it's in a context of which way you say it.
I've heard that only the black people can spit the N word. Is that true?
Yeah, yes, that is true.
Oh yeah, we say it all the time.
I'm not for that because if we don't want other nationalities to use it, we shouldn't be using it ourselves. That's how I view it. We shouldn't get upset if somebody else used it and then we use it on ourselves. That's like being hypocritical.
I see.
Nope.
But there is a lot of song containing
Yeah,
Yes,
and basically
that's what I
in
don't
like rap music,
understand.
like rap music, hip hop, yeah.
So if I sing that song, I have to mew the word.
It's like if I say a word that's offensive to you, there's no other way of not making it offensive, if you get what I mean. Do black people like to hear other people say in music or in general, as in banter or jokes? No.
The nature of the word, the history of it has so much power. It symbolizes the time where black people weren't allowed to express themselves. There was no freedom for black people for a long time. A lot of the times people will say that in only black people being able to say the N-word, it's like taking the power back. So if now you have someone who hasn't had those experiences, who doesn't respect it as much, who doesn't hold as much emotion towards it, saying it, it kind of brings it back to the times when we didn't have that kind of freedom and we were still under that oppression.
I'm not gonna lie, I used to wear it, but you know, I use it amongst my friends and other black people. It's just part of our culture, pretty much. So I agree with like only we could be able to say it and no one else.
I don't agree with that.
But yeah, she's old school. She don't
I'm
use
his
it.
mother, so I don't agree with
I'm a lot young.
Please, I don't have any time for any gossip now.
Is there any other words that are inappropriate that we shouldn't say to the black people?
I think that's the main one, to be honest.
I would say that's the only that word there,
Yeah, that'd probably be the biggest.
Associating us with the animal as monkey, because sometimes people can use that there. That can be very offensive.
One that I know, just because of like apartheid times, I don't want to offend anyone, but it begins with K. It's like Kaffir. I don't really say it out loud because it's an inappropriate word. And then just like a couple of like slurs that happened during like apartheid and like slave times, just in general when black people didn't have as much freedom as they do now.
Have you heard of blackfishing?
Yes.
Yes, I have. It's from what I have heard, blackfishing is essentially when someone is not black, adopts or mimics black culture or black featureisms and things like that, things that are like very much a part of black culture.
So skin tone, facial features, nose, other things, and things that are primarily known that black people made popular.
Darkening the skin to look black or having certain hairstyles and this and that.
I've seen that there on social media. It was a young lady, I think she was Caucasian, and she actually painted her skin dark.
Yeah.
And then people found out that she actually wasn't African American.
Yeah.
And it was offensive. People got upset with it.
Yes.
I know exactly what you're talking about.
Like Ariana Grande.
Ariana Grande, Kylie Jenner, Kim Kardashian.
Like that, I would.
This is
If you told me she was just white, I'd find it very hard to believe. So that's a problem.
So Kylie Jenner.
Also a problem.
Also,
Also a problem. They're all problems.
Nope.
I think there's a difference between going slightly darker versus you don't look anything like the race that you originally are. If I look at you and I'm confused, then there's a problem.
Racial
Ambiguity.
I see.
I'll be honest, for me personally, does nothing. I don't really care. I don't really care. But some people might though. Some people might find it. I don't really care. I would say anyone's free to do what they want to do. Just obviously whatever comes out your mouth and how you portray yourself. Black women have a lot of stigma towards them and problems from day to day that you go through in life. So things like this, I would say it's all right doing this, but then you can go back to that if you get what I mean.
Currently in Hong Kong, many youngsters love to do the like dreadlock or the braids, like him. Oh. All right.
Wait a minute. Who are you?
How long have you do this
This?
kind of
I had this this year, like a couple months.
Do you into black culture?
I think I'm mainly so-called black culture, like mainly like American, like hip hop culture.
我喺整呢個頭之前咧，我做咗啲 research 嘅，其實就係驚係有嗰啲 culture inappropriate 咁樣嗰啲嘢啊嘛。我本身係 appreciate 呢個 culture，我先至會整呢個頭咯。所以有啲黑人咧真係即係有個 YouTube channel 係會真係說服埋嗰啲其他比較偏激嘅黑人咁樣嘅。咁我睇完嗰啲有啲黑人咁樣講之後，咁就心安理得就走去整啦咁樣。
好有趣。係啊。咁你喺英國有冇俾其他黑人或者其他種族嘅人 approach 過你，話你個頭？有嘅，都唔少啊！真係，佢真係有啲人咧係真係走過嚟同我，哇！你個頭好型啊咁樣。另外都試過有一個白人嘅，佢都係有個 dreadlock 嘅，就係話，哇！你個頭好型，跟住佢話可唔可以摸下你啲頭髮啊？但係你係未試過俾黑人 approach 你話你個頭唔恰當啊嗰啲咁？真係冇。老實講，我整咗呢個頭望都冇嘅。冇啊，就望完之後話哇好型啊咁樣就咁講。
Actually, I met some people that are black and they like my hair. Some of them they think it's a way of embrace other people, interesting about their culture. It's a pretty cool thing. It's like, because I'm Chinese, if somebody they learn Chinese, like black people learn Chinese and wear Chinese traditional clothes, I'd be happy about it. Oh, actually, one of my classmates, he's black, but he thinks it's fine. One of my white classmates, he thinks like as a white person, he would never do it because he feel like it's like so-called cultural appropriation. But I don't really agree with it. Yeah, I think it's more like a political concept they use for political purpose.
Do you find it inappropriate?
I'd say yes, just because of the roots of it. It's different when something has just come about from culture, but there's something that has historic significance like that, and I feel like it's a bit inappropriate.
Just because having dreadlocks and having braids is something that's very niche and unique to black people. It can be considered by some people blackfishing or a sort of, I don't know, out of a lane specifically, I don't know. But it's also one of those things that you gotta kind of figure out for yourself.
No, we don't get offended by that.
We appreciate that.
We don't.
Actually,
We don't. We don't get offended by that at all. We don't. We're like embrace our culture, like we embrace yours. So some may be offensive, but
I would say overall, no one really cares. I mean, if it looks good on you, then go ahead, dress how you want to dress,
we don't
get your
care.
hair how you want to get your
we
hair.
don't care.
Yeah.
Like I said, people are free to do what they want. It's just what you say and how you carry yourself. It's obviously what you say. And what you say and what you promote.
So do you have any other things about your culture you want to share with our audience?
It's a very beautiful culture, just in general being black. I love being black. I love waking up black. Being black is my favorite thing about myself, actually, just because I know that we've got so much to offer as black people. We've got such a rich, diverse culture. And yeah, I can understand why other people would want to be a part of it. It's really cool.
Research. Don't be afraid to ask questions. We're very giving people. People have a different outlook on us. They're always advertising bad things, and it's like they put us all in the same bucket.
I invite you to look at it and study for yourself all year round, if you get what I mean, because black culture and black history is a lot, if you get what I mean. So you can't just figure out or learn things in a month. You've got to take time to learn.
Just by culturally, black people are very family oriented and very much about connections and loving people. So for us to have suffered a time where people hated us when all we wanted to do was just love everybody, it's a bit, you get what I mean? It's a little bit ironic, just because we know what that discrimination feels like, and a lot of us wouldn't want to put that on anyone else. But you'll find that in a lot of cases, black people will hang out with each other because they've faced discrimination from other races. So they won't face discrimination if you're hanging out with people that are like you, who go through the same experience as you.
Coming to Nottingham, that my son and we went to 2 stores, and because we went into the store, we were followed and I know for the most part it's because of our skin, the skin color, and I was offended by it because I can afford to travel, I can afford to buy anything, but we just got followed, and I just want to let you all know, all black people are bad. We're good citizens, so embrace.
我之前喺香港嘅時候都好想整呢個頭，不過翻工佢話你頭髮長少少啊，金少少，跟住又唔得咁樣。咁過到嚟梗係唔理啦。呢度勸大家長頭髮嘅唔好諗啦，想整嘅就唔好諗啦，快啲整。
就會俾人認得啦。
You want my snap? Can I rap?
So,
You can rap.
You want to do a freestyle?
No, I'm gonna sing the song.
Say it, man.
Like them, my day just chatting around for my day was on piss, and I prayed that all the drop thing. If they did, then we got dipped. No, they can't chat like me. Rip jeans, I jump up, one for OTTT straight to.
You got freestyle.
But so you can get to the monocular ring. All I've got to say something, yeah, is fuck the 6 in it. Fuck the 6.
Fuck the 6.
Fuck the 6.
Who is 6?
Fuck the 6.
Oh, you don't like it?
Fuck the 6. 7 on top.
Alright.
8 guys.
Thank you.
See, they are affected by the hip hop culture. I think that's like part of it. Like, I think kids start to mimic it, but they just think it's a cool stuff. Right.
Remember to
Subscribe, ding dong, and like.